Because of my diagnosis of terminal cancer, I have been given an opportunity to reflect on end-of-life issues. In one sense, I have been given a gift. I have had the chance to set my affairs in order, down to the last detail, including requests and instructions to be made of my loved ones upon my death. I have had the chance to write out loving notes to my family and friends, and I have been able to plan for circumstances I may not have otherwise planned for, such as what will happen to my beloved cat. Bank accounts have beneficiaries, a real estate agent has already been notified and is prepared to offer support to my family as my home is prepared to be sold. I have planned for what will happen to my car, who will call my valued clients, and how everyone will be notified. I have also arranged for healthcare proxies and have a living will in place. Some would find this level of planning almost morbid, or perhaps sabotaging my good fortune, which is that I have already lived longer than expected. In my experience, making detailed arrangements for when allows for peace of mind. I do not have to worry about these particulars anymore, and I have a sense of serenity in knowing that I have made things easier for my loved ones who have provided such unconditional support. It might be difficult or painful for doctors to open up a discussion regarding end-of-life care and planning. A beloved friend who is a longtime pediatrician once said to me, "Nila, medical school teaches that death is failure." From my point of view, nothing could be further from the truth. The only real failure is lack of compassion in the face of what life gives us. And one thing we know for certain, life will give us death. This universal reality, far from being a negative, is an opening to form a deeper relationship with our own lives. In the medical setting, it is also an opportunity to deepen the patient-doctor relationship. At the end of one appointment, a gifted doctor said to me, "You should be able to ask me anything." Those are meaningful and palliative words, and are an invitation to discuss not only end-of-life care, but also what we believe comes next. For me, it has been deeply healing to talk to my loved ones about my perception of death and what follows. I would welcome the chance to talk about this with my caregivers. It would be a personal and healing conversation that would allow me to feel a deep sense of connection. A book was written back in the 70s by a visionary oncologist who recognized that even with the best medical care, the best integrative therapies, and the most positive attitude, people still die. Rather than sweep this reality under the carpet, this oncologist accepted this truth, inviting his dying patients to envision their death with him and his medical team, and to receive support, affirmation, and insight. More recently, a psychiatrist who was diagnosed with brain cancer writes about treating one of his own patients who was also terminally ill. The psychiatrist accompanied the patient to an appointment with the patient's oncologist, and the three of them discussed what was most troubling to the patient. Not imminent death, but a painful death. The three worked to create a plan for end-of-life care that would block all pain. The patient recognized that a high dose of painkillers might shorten his life a little, but knowing he would not suffer in a prolonged manner gave him a sense of peace as he faced what would come next. These kinds of conversations are palliative and healing in the deepest sense of the word.